Rizz, game, pickup skills. There are levels to this shit. 5 levels to be exact, starting with level 1, shit Rizz. This is essentially the opposite of having game. When you're in this category, you turn off basically every single girl you talk to within seconds. Guys here lack any kind of confidence, charisma, or even social skills. Here's a perfect example of this in action.
Excuse me? Excuse me?
Hi.
I know life's not all about looks, but I just thought you looked good. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you have very pretty teeth.
Now notice his opener is extremely weak, right? It's not even really clear what he's saying. He goes in, he's like kind of mumbling, he's like, oh, girls in this category have blah, blah, blah. He's very meek. He sounds very submissive, like he lacks any kind of confidence, right? And the girl's reaction is like, thank you.
Thank you so much. You're sweet. Thank you.
My name is Christopher.
Very cool. Thank you.
Yeah, do you have a phone number I could use?
Well, I'm not going to really get my number out, but thank you.
So you don't want to take down mine? Or?
No shit, Sherlock.
You have a good day.
So another thing is, which is why I said completely lacks any kind of social tact, is he basically went from an extremely awkward opener to just asking for her phone number because he has absolutely no knowledge of game or Rizz, so he doesn't even know what else he could say. Believe it or not though, this is not the lowest level because at least the guys on this level are willing to go up there and shoot their shot, which is something the majority of men are just too scared to do. The good news is that if you're in this category and you go out there and you keep trying and you learn from your mistakes, eventually you're going to improve and get better. And then you're going to get to level 2, level 3, and so on. Case in point being me. So I'm going to show you guys one of my really old infields. This is from like 2014. And I wouldn't say I'm exactly at level 1, probably a little better than what I just showed you guys. But I'm definitely also very far away from where I am now. So let's take a look at this.
Hi, I'm sorry. I had to come and say hi to you. I know what you're thinking. You're like, fuck, like, why does every guy keep macking on me on the promenade? I'm just a short Asian girl. I'm just trying to walk around, just like do my shit, do my shopping. Like I just want to fucking rock out. Well, that's what happens. What's your name?
So I have some confidence here. I even have a little bit of charisma. But what I really lack is social skills, right? Because I opened this girl by going a massive fucking monologue, right? This is taking self-amusement way, way, way too far. What I should have done is go up to her and be like, hey, I know this is random, but I thought you were cute and want to say hi. What's your name, right?
Your date abandoned you?
No, my friend's in the bathroom.
How's it going? I'm Alex.
But instead I'm going on this massive tangent, which is going to be a turnoff, which ultimately results in this girl not giving me her phone number. Big surprise. But the good news is that I was able to improve, and if you're in this category, you can as well. Level 2, average Rizz. Now the guys in this category are a bit different. They're actually capable of being charming, confident, and rizzing up girls, but only in certain social situations. Think of like a streamer who has a female fan go up to him, or he has all his boys around him and the camera's there. He's actually capable of running some decent game, but without that situational status, they fall flat on their feet. Let's take a look at an example of Eden Ross. Now there's videos of him on Omegle, right, when he's on stream, and he's actually able to, rizz some girls up. But take a look at how he does without that situational status.
What is going on? I am a 321. I am a Jew. Okay. Yes. Where are you from?
She said, why did I cover their face?
Oh, you're from.
Notice how he can barely even maintain eye contact.
I'm here. Very nice, America. I don't know why. Yep. Ohio. I mean Ohio. All right.
And then look, the girl was even being receptive, but he just didn't know what to say, right? Because he has no practice in this type of social situation, so he just basically insta-rejected himself. Now let's take a look at an example of Kai Sanat, right? Basically the same thing applies to him. This is going to be slightly less bad, but still pretty bad.
Hey, well, shit, like, I ain't gonna lie, like what you doing later today?
Okay, so 0831.
That's different.
Yeah, I think so.
What you doing later today?
Hang with my friends.
Hang with your friends? I mean, shit, like, I may or may not have, like, a move later, so, like.
Now notice how he's very jittery. He's kind of all over the place. He's kind of rambling, right? Because he's nervous in this type of social situation.
Shit. You gotta get your IG or some shit? There you go.
Now the girl's willing to give him her IG, But just look at her body language and expression on her face. She's not that enthusiastic, and when he slides in them DMs, unless of course she's trying to bang a celebrity, she's not gonna respond. Now, unlike guys on level 1, guys in this category do occasionally get laid from time to time, especially when they're within their element. Sometimes if they have a lot of status, it can be even more than from time to time, but they're always relying on their status and being in their element in order to close their girl. When they're outside of that, their game becomes almost as bad as the guys on level 1. Level 3, game theory Rizz. So the guys in this category are definitely better off than anything we've seen so far. First of all, it's primarily because they actually understand social dynamics because they've studied game. And also, they don't need to rely on situational status to go up and cold approach a girl. However, their results are not consistent. Sometimes when they're in a nice flow state, they're able to be charming, confident, charismatic, and get the girl. But without that, which they're not going to be in, half the time, then they come off a little choppy, a little awkward, even cheesy. And I think the poster child for this is Todd Valentine. Let's take a look at a perfect piece of infield to summarize this.
Hey, excuse me. Hey. Sorry, you look adorably studious right now. Yeah. I saw the screenplay over there. I'm like, is that the last one she wrote?
The what?
I don't know.
Now look, Todd V can give you a very perfect explanation of what makes a good cold approach opener, but he's not able to execute it here, just like he's not able to execute in a lot of situations. He's not bad by any stretch, right? He's decent, but there's also nothing really charming or charismatic about him, nothing that really makes this opener stand out, and nothing that actually hooks the girl.
But that, like a screenplay or something like that sitting over there. I think someone just threw it out in the park, like, I hope someone picks this up and calls me. Anyway, you look very adorable. You look like you might be trouble, but you look...
Trouble? I'm definitely trouble.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. I'm glad we just...
Again, pretty cheesy stuff.
That out of the way right up front. I have to go soon, but I'm just a little curious about you. I'm Todd.
Now look, he does okay here, but the level of confidence and charisma is not anything special. Definitely a little bit less than you would expect from a top tier dating coach. And the reason is very simple. It is because he has not truly internalized every element of top tier game, right? He can logically tell you what to do, but he can't show you, at least not most of the time. Now let's compare it to a guy who has internalized every level of game so we can see the difference. Level 4, game mastery Rizz. These are the absolute best dating coaches and players, the top 1% of the top 1%. They're going to be extremely smooth, confident, charismatic, and able to pick up a girl in basically any type of social situation. Another big thing that separates them from the previous level is they're not extremely state dependent because they have truly internalized every level of game. They're not just going out there and trying to run game, they're just being themselves because that's who they have become. And let's take a look at a really good example of this, someone who I think definitely deserves to be on this level, Austin Summers. And let's compare him to the previous situation where Todd V was picking up a girl in the same exact setting.
Excuse me. Hi.
Hey.
Or I don't want to interrupt you if you're meditating or whatever. I was sitting over there with my friends. I thought you looked quite adorable as you're listening to this ragtime.
Just notice how much more confident he comes off in this opener and also how much more relatable he seems, right? He kind of just has this very charming presence that just disarms girls instantly.
Music. Thought I'd say hi. What's your name? You just chilling or?
Yeah, I'm just chilling.
It's like, oh shit, is she in a yoga pose now?
No,
Fuck, this is bad timing. Did you just do a aerobics class or something? You look like you're...
Yeah, I just went to the gym.
Damn, girl, getting them gains.
Talk about the difference. Within 20 seconds, he's got this girl giggling and looking much more enthusiastic about having a conversation with him than the example with Todd. Now, for most people, this is going to be the final level. When you get here, you can basically have sex almost whenever you want, and you're going to have multiple girls chasing you. However, there is one more level above this, one that is not accessible for most people. Level 5, charming celebrity Rizz. Think of this as like the perfect fusion between level 2 and level 4. Guys in this category don't need the status because they're naturally very confident, charismatic, charming. They understand social situations extremely well and can dominate basically any type of social environment. However, they also have massive amounts of status, and that combination creates essentially godlike level social skills. Now, it's important to note that most actors or most celebrities are not going to be in this category. In fact, most of them can't even get laid without their celeb status, right? They can only go for girls who actually know who they are and want to sleep with them already. There's going to be very few guys that actually fall in this tier. And I think the perfect poster child of this is going to be old school Russell Brand before he became a religious just weirdo. Now let me show you guys a perfect example of this so you can see his social skills and them just being like on a whole new level. So here's basically a TV show that he was doing, and watch how he starts seducing the girl who's wearing blue.
It's like your desk is a puzzle.
It is. I'm sorry about that.
What is
Can
the
I help you?
solution?
I think we could try to plug back in. So,
There you go, love. Be careful because that's a low-cut dress.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
I'm only
wow.
flesh and blood. I've got instincts.
Oh, okay. Well,
Tell me what you...
Notice how he has her just kind of being like, ooh, hee hee, giggling and being very feminine, which is very difficult to do in a situation like this because she's doing a job that traditionally requires her to be masculine, right? She's the, she's the host of the show, right? But Russell has her giggling and becoming really feminine insanely fast before this whole thing even really begins. And he's also able to be pretty sexual, but not come off as creepy or pervy because he's very charming and also he has some of that status. So now let's take a look at what happens when one of the douchebag guys on the show decides to challenge him. Watch how Russell handles this smoothly.
You know, when I see him in person, it's totally fine. Forgetting Sarah Marshall or the TV show, it's fine. But on satellite radio in the car, I can't understand a single joke you say.
You can't understand.
Now look, there's no doubt that this host is being super rude to Russell. He's talking about him in the third person. He's saying like, oh, I can't understand anything you're saying. Watch how Russell responds.
Stand it.
can you
I
understand
can't.
me?
Yes, but I'm telling you, when I'm driving in the car and everyone's laughing in the audience of the radio, I'm like, I have no idea what he's
It's
saying.
best you focus on your driving, Brian. You're a man, you don't want to be distracted by humour. You might crash into a pedestrian.
So it's a good thing.
Russell handles the situation perfectly. Within 5-10 seconds, he's able to reframe the whole thing into making the guy seem like the one that he's goofy, and also just basically has all the girls and the whole crowd on his side with his mastery level like handling of this situation. Now, let's see what happens when the girl in blue kind of tries to get in on, I don't know, let's just say dissing Russell.
I think I'm just this is my first
Brand experience?
brand, yeah. I think it's not listening to him, it's experience. It's just sort of taking it all in.
You are talking about me as if I'm not here
transfixed.
and as if I'm an extraterrestrial. You know I'm from a country
you're
that's...
kind of-
Now again, he responds with massive social tact, right? He kind of puts her in her place, and I say that really loosely, while also, again, keeping the attraction of all the girls on the show and keeping the whole audience on his side because he handles that very masterfully. But now watch what happens about 30 seconds later. Watch how he goes from kind of putting the girl in her place to seducing her once again. And this is really a good sign of someone who has really good game, is they're able to just very easily transition from one thing to another. They're able to adapt to constantly ranging social situations. Take a look at this.
Any other questions? Yeah, I'm a little nervous.
You've become nervous.
Okay.
Why are you nervous?
Really? No, I'm
You're a powerful woman. You've got a lovely
yes.
job. What seems to be the trouble?
I don't know.
You've got a hair like Princess Diana.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Well, I've never
When
seen
she was...
He's got her giggling and wanting to fuck the shit out of him, like literally under the table, right? And again, she works a job that requires her to be very masculine. And, she's a news anchor, which requires a high level of confidence. And the fact that Russell is able to put her in her feminine mode and her submissive mode this fast is a massive accomplishment. So in conclusion, no matter what level you find yourself to be at, you can absolutely level up and improve. You're probably never going to be as charming as Russell Brand, but you can definitely make it to level 3 and 4 and have a much better dating life, just like I did through practice and learning from my mistakes and also getting feedback from people who know what the fuck they're talking about. All right, hope you guys found this video valuable. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit the bell for notification because otherwise my videos will just not show up on your feed. Also, make sure you check out my free Tinder guide. Link is going to be in the description. It's going to show you how to get good photos to start getting matches, how to write the kind of bio that makes you stand out and hooks girls, and text games so you start getting a lot more dates so you can practice all the risks that you just learned. Thank you guys, and until next time.